Okay, so we have another Dragon Ball Heroes Awakening here. This is the Golden Metal Cooler unit. So this guy, I think he's a pretty good Awakening overall. I think he could be very, very powerful in the right scenario. This dude can get up to 60% damage reduction, which is really, really good. We'll go ahead and explain exactly what this guy is doing. Let's hop right into it. In fact, oh, the details are already in here. Nice. Okay. So, his super attack effect, he greatly raises attack and defense for the turn and causes supreme damage, which is pretty good. He has 200% attack and defense, plus an additional 80% attack and defense if HP is 50% or more when performing a super attack. So that's obviously, all of that is on super attack specifically. Right here, we do have Shocking Speed, Cold Judgment, and Shattering the Limit, so we're getting a pretty good amount of stats. We can get all these STR orbs with the Fu right there and get the full support buff. Keep in mind, Fu does give up to 50% attack and defense depending on the amount of STR key spheres you get. So we're able to get a good amount of STR key spheres here for his full passive. But again, he's basically getting almost 300% attack and defense on super attack here, which is gonna be, yeah, so if we round it up to 300%, then that's obviously getting up to 400k defense here. He does build up key 1 up to 5, 40% attack up to 200%, and then 8% reduction up to 40% per crossover category ally on the team. And he has a baseline 20% reduction. He also does have an additional attack which has a great chance to become a super attack. So again, let's say he gets to around 400k defense after he supers. Then we have the 50% attack and defense raise on his super attack effect. So every super after that would give him 200k defense. So I mean, if we say this guy double supers, he could be around 750 to 800k defense with 60% damage reduction if we're on the full crossover category team, which is pretty good. And again, I rounded up a little because we're going to get this Fu support here, and he's going to be giving an extra 20% stats here. So let's see what this Golden Metal Cooler is going to look like. I assume he'll do a pretty nice attack stat. I mean, an 8 million attack stat definitely is not bad at all. And then we got the great chance here, so 8.8 million of an attack stat right there. And then we can get one more maybe? We did not. Now again, I believe Silas also does provide support, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check here with this boy Silas. Where is he at? He is all the way down here somewhere. Meanwhile, as we're seeing this Fu attack, again, Fu, really good support unit actually. I can't find Silas. He does have Cold Judgment, there he is. With this EZA, what does he do again for support? He gives Artificial Life Forms and Time Travelers key 1 and 20% attack and defense totally, well, I guess separately. So in total, he'll give key 2 and 40% stats, so that's going to be pretty good. We're bringing Golden Metal, not Golden Metal Cooler, Golden Cooler over there. Golden Cooler actually does share a couple of links with this guy. It'll be Strongest Clan in Space, Cold Judgment, and then Shattering the Limit. Funny enough, this AGL Metal Cooler, he does share a lot of like these, how do I say, these Metal Cooler links, I guess is the best way to say it. But under this leader skill, we're not really going to have the ability to run Metal Coolers, obviously, because he's the Time Traveler's leader. Even under the Rose Goku Black leader skill, that's just not going to be a thing we're going to see. So I think we'll do this actually, and we'll just let Toei butt up a little. Sure, not really that big of a deal. So Golden Cooler here, we're getting basically nearly the same amount of support as last time. So we're at 118k defense here. In fact, we'll bring out the trusty little calculator and I'll select the orbs here. Let's just go. I mean, this guy doesn't really need anything. He's just kind of just him, right? He's just doing what he is doing, which is, I think, pretty good overall. So if we consider 118,000 attack defense at the start of turn right here, man, I'm just like fumbling over my words, aren't I? And we get the, let's say we only get one super attack, for instance. He's going to be at 672k defense with 60% reduction. But let's see. Okay, see, we did only get one super attack here. Additional, we got the hidden potential system. So this turn, he's at 896k defense with 60% damage reduction, man. That is pretty good. That's like Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. That's like his level of defense this cooler is reaching. And Super Saiyan 4 Vegito is pretty tanky. Now, the issue with this guy is if we're like thinking about him in, let's say, in other teams that aren't going to be crossover, obviously he's going to be way significantly worse not getting that. But also against AoEs, I mean, he'll have the 60% reduction, but he also only has 100k defense. So he's probably still going to take a lot of damage from like Fusion Zamasu, I would assume, from the AoEs, or Omega Shenron, right? Because he gets all of his stats on super attack. And if we do enter the turn under 50% HP, we would lose 80% of the attack and defense, which is a multiplicative buff, which is quite huge. You would see a pretty big... I feel like his defense won't be nearly as impacted as his offense, to be fair, because of how the multiplicative stats work, but still. Okay, so we can go ahead and put him right here. This time we won't have shocking speed, so we lose out on a little bit of defense, but right here, he's at 127k defense right here in this specific turn. I guess the extra defense passive for this guy actually procced this time, so that's good. We'll go ahead and grab that with you. We'll grab this, and again, since we're at 127k this time, let's see, 127,000. What attack set does he hit here? I mean, I think he's looking good. Offensively, again, like, yeah, consistently he's hitting around 8 million attack stats in this video so far. And he's pretty likely to do a second one. Here's a 9 million attack stat. Okay. I think this guy's cooking. I think he's really, really cooking. I kind of want to see him fall under the HP threshold. Let's say in this turn again he double supered. 960k defense on this turn. That, yeah, dude, this Metal Cooler is really, really good. They absolutely cook with ZZA. I'm going to try and see if I could fall under 50% HP. I think Sealess, if I put him in slot 1 next turn, he'll be able to take some damage to allow us to fall under that HP threshold. Then we have Hearts next turn. Hearts will be able to... I think Hearts gives us Cold Judgment, if I'm not mistaken. We'll be able to get most links active. And Hearts will also be giving an extra 50% supports. But yeah, I think Sealess transforms here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Sealess is another character who gets all of his stats on super attack. So since we're going to be facing this not STR, this AGL character, we should be fine to take some damage to fall under 50%, hopefully. I don't know. I assume we'll be able to do so. We'll grab that. We'll grab this. And then I don't really want to give Fu anything. Well, I don't know. I kind of do want to give Fu something so that we can ensure we kill. This is a full STR rotation. No, we're not even getting close to falling under 50%. Okay. Well, that kind of does suck. That's fine. We got a crit anyways. So I didn't have to give the support. But there's no way we would have fallen under 50%. Falling under 50% is a pretty common ability, by the way, just so y'all are aware. Maybe Cooler will fall under 50% this turn. Again, basically going to be the same stats here, so we'll just get this rotation again. I think offensively, he should pretty much also be the same. But I just want to see that under 50% turn, just so that we can know, like, in the event where you would fall under that threshold, right? Well, you know, I realized... he does get, it's 80% attack and defense if HP is 50% or more when performing a super attack. So if you heal in the middle of the turn, like let's say Toa heals you, or the Rose Goku Black, like New Rose heals you, if that does happen, then in that scenario, we would actually keep the 80% attack and defense, huh? Because that's on super attack specifically. So the game would check if you're above 50% HP when performing a super attack. So that's pretty helpful. In the event where like you're using sensu beans or items, or you even heal up with same type orbs to get back above the HP threshold. That's pretty good actually. Ooh man, yeah, we're not gonna see it. So we'll probably just end things next turn. And I think we've seen pretty much enough. I mean, yeah, pretty consistently this Metal Cooler has been good. We saw him with what's his face, with Hearts. Linked up with Hearts is good. I think linked up with the Sealess, he's able to do well, and Sealess is actually still pretty good himself. He's definitely not a bad character. I mean, look at the damage Sealess is doing here, like 10 mil into 11 to 12 mil. That's pretty good damage. And his defense, not it's nearing around a million. From what I'm recalling, like that's how good this is. But I think one of the things here, I mean, we don't get shocking speed with Fu, huh? Yeah, that's fine though. Again, so many of these villain characters have gold judgments. Cooler this guy could actually be an okay option. I think so, right? If he's able to get his reduction, he'll be able to take normals pretty easily. So that's a good thing about this Cooler. But this guy, I think, is a very powerful option. The one other thing I didn't mention is if you do fall under 20% HP, you're going to get sealed. But that's not really a big deal. That's going to be very rare to happen where you enter the turn under that HP threshold. This guy's definitely like a full dodge character. I mean, yeah, again, his defense is so low. You can't rock him slot 1, unfortunately. I guess the one thing, maybe if he had like some defense starter turn, but imagine, man, he would be like too good. This guy is great. Absolutely fantastic, like slot 2, slot 3 in it. But let me know what you guys think about Cooler. I'll catch you next time.